What is up, guys? It's Angela and we are here at the Learing Center in Minneapolis. In this video, I have a crazy new connection between the mayor of Minneapolis and the Somali daycare fraud. You're not going to want to miss this. This is a place that has received $4 million in federal funding, $1.9 million in the year of 2025 alone. You can see that they have the learning mistake covered, and when I was driving here, it's really cold and pretty icy, and so I pulled into this parking lot because I wasn't sure if there was going to be any street parking or further parking down there. And I was immediately approached by a man who put on a mask and told me that this is for the child care parking only, yet here's a sign that says it is for some type of restaurant parking, which is weird because it makes me think there's another business operating out of here. And believe me when I tell you that the other business operating out of there has some shady connections. But when I went into the parking lot, it was incredibly full, so much so that some of the cars are blocking other cars that are here, because apparently the owner's son came out saying that when Nick Shirley was here, it wasn't their operational business hours, that they operate from 2 to 10, and right now it's 7, so apparently they are operating right now, and it seems like they have some people kind of surveilling the area. The other thing he did when I came and parked the car here was take a picture of me, which is a little bit weird, and then I just had some guy shout at me to leave them alone. He's also taking pictures of me. So here I see the restaurant that was connected to the parking lot. It said that parking lot was for this restaurant. They're kind of watching the area and keeping an eye on who's around. Make sure you guys are subscribed. It's going to be an interesting time. All right, guys, so I just ordered some food here at this restaurant and I am waiting for it to come out. And I told her that I parked in this parking lot and if that is okay. And she told me, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, are you sure? I'm blocking some cars. And she's like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. You're okay there. And people have been pointing out that they changed or covered their sign. And also people have been pointing out that they are licensed to operate during the day, but the day after Nick Shirley exposed them, suddenly they changed their operating hours to be operating at night. And I mean, I'm just seeing adults coming out. It's 8 p.m. right now. It looks like there's some kids coming out now, so I'm not going to show the kids, but pretty strange that all of the sudden they began operating after locals noticed that nobody was ever here. So it's 8 p.m. and they just had about 3 kids get into some van. It's pretty late, because usually people work during the day, and so that's when they need daycare services. And so other people are also wondering why they're paying the daycares instead of helping parents afford daycare. Also, legally, they're not even supposed to be operating out of the hours from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I am parked at this daycare center. It's so hilarious that there's so much movement at a daycare late on a Wednesday night on New Year's Eve. But anyways, look at this Somalian food. It actually looks really good. It kind of tastes like fajitas. It's pretty good. They spelt the name of their business wrong. They don't even know what the name of their business is, even though they're receiving millions of dollars in funding from the taxpayer. Right now, it is 9 p.m. The school bus is returning. Okay, guys, so we just got back from the Learing Center, and this is what I learned. I found it really bizarre that I drove into this restaurant where I ordered food at parking lot, but they told me that it was just for the childcare. So it seems really strange that these two businesses are operating out of the same building. Now, recently, the manager of the Learing Center came out and he said that it's all just a big misunderstanding, and apparently the landlord claims that they are just that. However, that is simply not true. Pay very close attention to this video because it'll all loop back around in just a second.
Am I going crazy, or is this the same guy? Is the manager of the infamous Learning Center in Minneapolis also one of the guys that was dancing in the back of Mayor Jacob Frey's election victory video? The one that went super viral where he thanks his constituents in Somali for re-electing him last month? Abraham Ali claims to be the manager of the Quality Learing Center, and says that there is no fraud going on whatsoever there. He very well may just have a doppelganger who happens to look just like him that lives in.
So not gonna lie, when I first saw that video, I was like, well, some people look very similar. However, after this, I am so certain that that was this guy. So the landlord of the building is Fardosa Ali. And when I pulled into the parking lot that said it was for the restaurant, they told me that it was just for the child care services. And I also saw a car pull up with this couple and a baby got out and went to the restaurant, and then the car pulled into the parking lot and seemed to maybe be doing something with the child care services. And so they seem very, very connected. And after this, you're gonna see just how deep the fraud runs in Minneapolis. So as far as I can see, the restaurant actually looks pretty nice. The food was good. They had quite a lot of customers and the decorations were nice. And so I'm not seeing other strange things there besides with the woman who was operating it all and the other things that she has her hands in. So the owner changed her name from Fozia Sheikh to Fardosa in order to not have any connection to the previous fraud that was happening where the Now Quality Learning Center is. It sounds like this woman is a flat out criminal. She has stolen at least hundreds of thousands of dollars for childcare services that have not been provided from the state of Minnesota and the federal government. And yet they are back operating another child care service, but not just one. They have other businesses that they are doing as well, like an adult daycare service. And you are going to see how I figured out that connection now that I know this person's real name. So this is what Grok says. It is highly likely that Fardosa Ali, the current building landlord, is the same person as Fozia, who was convicted in 2017 to 2018 for the Samala child care fraud case. And the proof behind this name switch is because they are linked to the same address, and apparently in their culture it is a common alternative. And on top of that, we have this guy who was the manager hanging out with a Jacob Frey, and you're going to see a connection back to that as well. Next, I wanted to find if Fardosa is also the building owner of the other child care service, and so I looked up the building's address, and it says that the owner's name is an LLC of Nabil Property. And then when you look that up, they have the property executive office to her home address. So yes, she is also the building owner of the other childcare service. So she is doing incredibly well. She has a lot of real estate businesses and she's raking in a lot of money from the government. So here is a picture of this child care center. And here you can see again her name listed attached to the HooYu Child Care Center. Also, when you search for HooYu Child Care, we also get HooYu Adult Daycare Center, another business that probably claims to help senior citizens while not doing a damn thing, but receiving taxpayer money. I mean, seriously, who would want to send their parents to this building? You are about to witness a crazy connection between the Learing Center and fraudulent Democrats. Let's recap everything that we went over. The woman who owns the building where this child care service is running out of recently opened up a restaurant out of there, and also where the child care place is, she used to run Samala Child Care that was raided in 2015 for stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they lost their license. Yet using a different variation of her name, she also operates the HooYu Child Care Center. And when you Google the HooYu Child Care Center, guess what comes up? That is right, a video with none other than the mayor of Minneapolis. So the video is just playing really loud Somalian music, and Jacob Frey is wearing a shirt to show that he's proud of Nicolette Street, and I guess he is very proud of his community and all of the fraud that they have all committed together. So you guys can see that that first girl who shared a clip of the manager hanging out with with Jacob Frey is very clear when he was also hanging out with the woman who owns the building. They are all connected, they are all working together, and it is just such a disgrace. There seriously has to be a better way of living your life than pretending that you love whatever that was. This is the mayor of Minneapolis.
Mafiatai! Satay! Minneapolis! Mafiatai! Satay!
If him touring the childcare facility with a woman who has already had a childcare facility shut down in the past doesn't prove that he very well knows what is going on, then I don't know what does. But hopefully, because of our voices, people won't be able to just open up new daycare centers when they get shut down, and we can put an end to all of this. So make sure you are subscribed so you never miss out on new videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye.